anger, and that helped me in improving my health.
Each 40 day is a new learning experience, so that keeps me attracting to the sessions.
Physically, what was the most difficult thing is controlling the mind and getting peace of mind among all the things. That's why eminent people who have succeeded everything in life, they are here every morning, because this method gives you the possibility of achieving what is considered impossible.
Spirituality means meditation.
Happy morning, afternoon, and a great evening, dear friends. My name is Sudha Rao. I'm connecting from Dubai, UAE. On behalf of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, I welcome you all for this meditation for resilience and performance, a 40-day program, Harmony. I congratulate each and every one of you for taking this session this new year. By meditating in larger groups, we amplify the energy more and make the experience deeper for everyone. By the end of the program, everyone will become the master of the meditation, transform oneself, and develop the skill and confidence to spread the word of meditation. This program is designed to make meditation a habit in your life. A little about myself. I have been practicing meditation from the past 2.5 years with Buddha CEO. And since then, my life has completely changed. My heartfelt gratitude to Chandra sir and entire Buddha CEO team. Now, let me give you a brief about the foundation. Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation is a non-profit public spiritual trust registered in India, was founded and managed by successful corporate leaders, inspired by Grand Meditation Master Brahmarshi Patriji, and mentored by Padma-Shri Dr. Karthikeyan Sir, Padma-Shri Dr. R.V. Ramani, and Dr. S.V. Balasubramanian. The foundation is operating globally with volunteers and participants across several countries. The foundation provides transformative meditation wisdom and techniques in a compassionate and friendly environment, with scientific voice to business leaders, entrepreneurs, government officers, corporate employees, and aspiring leaders, including graduating students. The foundation's programs are based on meditation and manifestation techniques, which combine modern sciences, including quantum physics, neuroscience, and epigenetics. They enable the participants to transform inside out and empower them to live their dream and grow their organization successfully. As participants learn and practice breath mindfulness meditation regularly, they get inspired to inculcate corporate, social, spiritual responsibility and build a more vibrant workplace, harmonious communities, and peaceful world. I see many of our senior meditators. Thanks to one and all. And also we thank all the organizations who have promoted this program. We promise you will all benefit from it greatly. Now, I would like to welcome our primary speaker, mentor, Chandra Pulamarasetti. Chandra Pulamarasetti, founder of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, is a successful entrepreneur, former vice president at IBM Corporation, meditation coach, and a board member. University, and others. Chandra Pulamarisetti attributes a lot of his
came back. When I learned meditation, in the beginning years, is my audio okay?
Yes, sir.
When I learned meditation in the beginning years, when I heard about meditation in the beginning years, I used to, like perhaps many, used to think that meditation is a waste of time. And meditation is only for people who had challenges or people who are retiring. But then when I met Patriji, Brahmarshi Patriji, the Grand Master, founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, something happened and he challenged and said, you understand the process better. Meditation can mean everything. Meditation can give everything. It's not a process to only for retired people. It is not something that is only for solving problems, but it's something that helps you to gain anything and everything that you want. And I didn't understand those words in the beginning. And then through the support of my younger brother, who is a medical doctor, who took to the practice much early in his age. And then he was telling us, and then with a medical doctor talking about meditation, helping heal people and helping create miraculous things. And then here, Patriji talking about it, and then many people practicing it. So I also jumped into it for some time to investigate it. And then only to realize, dear friends, meditation is a very, very scientific process. And then meditation is a process to reprogram or create and develop a very, very sound mind. Now, quantum physics is telling us that everything out there is energy. Our body is 99.99% energy and only tiny matter, 0.01% matter. Just can bring this here. Our body is all emptiness, and it is really tiny energy, which all emptiness energy and tiny matter. And the quantum physics is telling us that there are any number of possibilities exist out there, and there is one thing that causes the possibilities to manifest into physicality, and that's the thought. I used to hear in the hallways when I came into meditation back in 99, that your thoughts create a reality. And being an IT graduate, computer science graduate, and then always interested in scientific approach, I could never believe that how can my thought create and influence an outcome, and how can my thought create the reality when it is the people around me and the circumstance around me causing me to go through what I'm going through. But then I studied around this concept, and then I also studied deeply with neuroscience, quantum physics, and then epigenetics now, and many other science faculties to understand and corroborate the statement that I was hearing in the beginning, that we create a reality, or yad bhavam tad bhavati. That is what we create a reality through a thought, yad bhavam tad bhavati. What we think and feel is what we create. our thoughts and feelings create our reality. And if that is true, and if our thoughts and feelings create a reality, and it is being said by business leaders, by spiritual masters, by various religions, and then modern neuroscientists, and various people who have been studying science from different angles, and they've been saying that with quantum physics are very extremely documenting it very well. And so then if our thoughts and feelings create reality, then friends, then if we can change our thought, and if we can redirect our thought towards things that we're really looking for, whatever that may be, then it is clear that we can create a life that we want. And so meditation, dear friends, is that thing. It is helping us to develop a great mind, a sound mind. As you're studying, I've understood that the mind can be understood into three areas: a conscious mind, where you're consciously you're all listening; a subconscious mind, which is deeper holding a lot of our behaviors, our attitude, habits, and things that we think are true, facts, that I am like this, and so I can only do so much, that I am always successful, that I have disadvantages because of my language or whatever. These are the facts that we store, and that is the second area of the brain or in the mind, which is subconscious mind. And there is this mind, it's called superconscious mind, which is everything of this quantum field. And meditation is helping us to develop this mind in a strong mind. It is moving our thought process from a disastrous and negative thinking to a positive and miraculous thinking. And so then automatically, if thoughts and feelings create a reality, then automatically we start seeing many things happen into our lives, the way we expect them, the way we want them, the way we seek them. So first thing that meditation is doing, and then I've understood, and then I've seen it in my case. The first thing it did was it started developing the mind. So first thing it does is to develop a lot of focus. We call it one-point mindedness, focus. If thoughts create a reality, then can we be focused? Today, research shows that our concentration, the focus for an average person is 4 to 8 seconds. That means we are listening right now with a conscious mind, and then 4 to 8 seconds, the mind is going somewhere. It gets distracted. And then many times as parents, we tell students or children, hey, focus and concentrate and focus. But then there is so much of environment influence, and that focus is missing. But meditation is developing that focus. And so I've realized, and I've seen for myself, that I started doing things much more efficiently. Focus comes not just by developing concentration here. Even if our health challenges are there, I used to have backache, chronic backache. I used to have an ENT condition, which would make my air travel very difficult, air travel. And being a very competent person, I always wanted to be in front of the customers, and then that required travel. But then this condition was bothering me, because every time I would fly and then come down, it would have a serious, significant pain in my ears. Now, if you have a health challenge, and if that health challenge keeps recurring every now and then, and every time I travel, then I would have to take antibiotics, and then that would lead to at least 2-3 days of break. And every time I had a backache, then I would take away 8 to 10 days. Now, if we have issues like this, then the focus that we're talking about, to put our attention on things that we want in our life, difficult. So meditation is helping us gain great health. It helped me to heal my backache. It helped me to heal that ENT condition, which many doctors in those days, it was back in 2002, 2003 time frame, across United States and here, who told that there's no cure for it. We're able to heal. We're able to not experience it 99% for me in my life. The backache today is thing of the past, is gone. So meditation develops focus by, first thing, it is increasing great health. The good night's sleep, people who joined our programs in the past have said, hey, I'm sleeping for the first time in 6 months. I've gotten a great sleep now in 6 months. Usually when they practice for a week to 2 weeks, people are able to secure a great sleep into the night. Meditation, to develop focus, if you're very, very stressful, there is no way you can be focused towards what you want. The premise is that thoughts and feelings create a reality. And then quantum physics is corroborating greatly with the concept that our observation manifests possibilities through an experimentation that they've done again and again and again. It's called double slit experimentation, and then many other follow-on experiments. With all of that, the conclusion is that there are unlimited possibilities out there, and then our observation manifests possibilities. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you sow, so you reap. And if that is the statement, and we will learn this scientifically as we go along in this program, so to develop a sound mind, which is able to focus. So meditation is helping to gain great physical health so you can get back to focus on things that you want, not get derailed. And at work, at home, there's always things that are happening. People are telling you something, they're saying you something, they're judging us in different ways, saying that you're selfish, you do this, you don't do that, you never help. Are you fit for nothing? Many of those things come, and then it's called emotional deregulation when that happens. When that happens, what would happen? Immediately we go into a shell, potentially. We get angry, we react more. And so it's one is physical health, but second is how to deal with people around, the environment around. Emotional control, emotional regulation, lack of emotional regulation, and meditation help me greatly to see things in a different perspective. It develops greater emotional regulation. That means if you're driving and somebody cuts across to you on your lane, rather than losing ourselves for next 2 hours talking about it, ranting about it, going and then saying stories about it to colleagues and friends, but here you stay in control, and then you get back to your precious moments. And so then you're able to focus back. Emotional regulation is about being continuing on what you're doing, even when things are not favorably happening for you around or through people. So meditation developed for me and developed great relations for me. And then it, especially at workplace, I used to feel that bosses are biased. The system is not too favorable. It's too slow. But all those judgments, and then so rather than getting frustrated about situations, meditation helped me to see a different perspective and then develop a friendliness. So it helps that in emotional regulation greatly so that we're able to focus back. And the third thing, dear friends, our ability to learn, ability to relearn, ability to feeling confidence to succeed in what we are taking up. Meditation is very scientific process, and then a regular practice for a few days to a few weeks, and slowly building up neural capacity. And so it increases several powers of mind. I read 5 times faster now. One of my strongest ability ever since I took to meditation is to synthesize information. Read a neuroscience subject, read some other subject and environment, and you're able to connect things together. You synthesize, you learn. Meditation by default helped me to become more new and more creative, look things differently at work. You never take a product sheet and then you just copy paste it when you're working on a new sheet, and you always look for a different way of doing things. A new thing means a new experience, means that no more joyful moment for each of us. And so meditation, dear friends, in many ways improves focus, number one. We call it one-point mindedness. I was performing quite well at work, and then work became very, very efficient. And many people say, I don't have time. We heard this from Jay Kishan. We say, there's no time. But to my great surprise, because I became very efficient, because it allowed me to focus, that means we remove all unwanted things, that gossip, that unwanted program in the TV, that unwanted WhatsApp scanning, unwanted. We use the technology greatly, but it removed several distractions. And so what had happened to me as an IT exec, time is always a pressure. But what happened to me? I gained about 4 hours of time in a given day, 4 hours. I gained 4 hours by becoming more efficient, so work gets done much faster, sometimes even 50% faster. And in our programs, ever since the last 2 years, we've done this survey again and again. We've seen it, at the end of 40-day program, more than 70% of the people are telling us that they're finding efficiency and then they become more productive. No wonder meditation became a success skill by many corporates. The company that I worked for in the end, when my company was acquired by IBM Corporation, they had it a success skill for employees. And then Google has got a program called Search Inside Yourself. So it is there in every corporate. It is there in every corporate that they're introducing as a success skill because it increases great productivity, better emotional regulation. So meditation is developing great focus towards what we want. Meditation is different from mindfulness. Mindfulness is staying in the moment, working on things, but meditation is much more. We'll understand the differences. Develop a greater mind, a mind into conscious mind dealing with our reality, subconscious mind dealing with the past, and then superconscious mind dealing with the nature of creation. All three things. Meditation develops all three. And we have scientific backing to understand each and every bit of it that we're going to go through in this 6 weeks program. The second thing that meditation is doing, friends, is to develop openness to possibilities. You see, we have got urgent travel to do, and so suddenly we get to know, and so we got to book tickets for tomorrow. And then we realize, we suddenly say, oh, last minute, there is no way I'm going to get something. And then we conclude right there, based on a past experience, and so we conclude, and so we don't even try many times. A sudden request comes from business and say, hey, can you guys do this because you got this customer order coming? Based on past experience, say it's impossible. That's the response. But do we know? And if you question ourselves a little bit, there is always a possibility of something happening. There's always a possibility of we being able to deliver, or we being able to get the ticket, we being able to reach on time. One of our exec was flying recently, and she had 75 minutes to travel, whereas the flight duration, she only had 25 minutes for the flight, but 75 minutes to travel, to reach the airport alone. But she decided to play the quantum field possibilities and being very open, rather than going into the standard field thing of, it's not going to happen, so let me see where I can go and then stay now. Instead, she started playing into the openness and then started visualizing. And then the story goes ultimately that she ended up boarding the flight in a miraculous way, boarding the flight. In spite of getting a boarding pass for a different flight in the airport, in US, they allow. Even if you have a boarding pass for one flight, they allow if you're at the gate and then the previous flight is there, you can still go. So in spite of having a boarding pass for a different flight, because the check-in counter said you cannot, right now the time is over, because they don't check you in if you're later than say 40 minutes or 30 minutes. But then still she continued her vision, openness, and say there is a possibility that I continue to walk or run to the gate and see if the flight can allow me. And in many, many ways, dear friend, she was able to take it. Openness to possibilities. If I've been trying for funding, and if we did not get funding for 2 years, and then by default, we've concluded with our subconscious that it's not possible, or next VC venture capital I go, maybe they're going to ask the same questions. I don't have answers, so it's going to be the same thing. And slowly we stop trying. We're not open. Meditation develops a greater open mind. So you're always open and say, if there is a possibility of something happening, and it's always there, because in the field of quantum, there's infinite possibilities. The difference between successful leaders and then people who are not being very successful is that even though challenges come today, adversities are there, difficult times are there for the companies or otherwise in situations, but they always stayed focused and what they wanted. And so they remained open to the possibility that I will still continue to be successful. And so then they become successful. So meditation developed that. That's precisely the story of my company getting acquired. A software company typically in 7 years grows from zero to wherever it needs to go. Either it becomes independently growing with sufficient cash, or it will get acquired somewhere through another greater partner. In our case, it's more than 10 years and it's continuing. And so several negatives potentially you could say, because the CEO was changed 2 or 3 times, investor changed once. And so in spite of that, having that openness and say, it is possible, because again, it's a quantum field of possibility. Openness and visualization helped us to get through a greater acquisition outcome. The last thing, dear friends, meditation is doing is that it's helping us to become one with everybody, develop that empathy, compassion, naturally and automatically. It's no longer looking at and say, what's in it for me in every situation. We start looking and say, how can I help the other person when 2 people meet, when you go in and meet an organization and any group. It helps develop a sense of wholeness and oneness, because the process of meditation is to connect into this quantum field, becoming empty in the mind. And so then we connect to this whole quantum field of energy. So open-minded, open to possibilities, very one-minded, one-point-minded. So you focus towards what we want, open to possibilities. So you allow things to happen into our life. And then we become one with everybody. So you're able to multiply, replicate, and then you're able to attract things from everybody. Everybody becomes a friend and cooperates. And so then we know that we can manifest. So dear friends, contrary to the myth that meditation is only for people with challenges, meditation is to create a greater life, a meaningful, satisfying life. And so this program, we've got several things lined up in a scientific fashion. I'll talk about it after the meditation, but I would like us to, at this moment, pause for a moment and then take down what we've learned and write a message to your friends that you know. If you have somebody in your room, you can talk to them about what we've so far understood. Pausing for a moment and then reflecting upon what we understood. The messages. Neuroscience has a principle called cells that fire together, wire together. Our learning is happening through this principle. Every time we learn, a whole bunch of neural circuits get created. And a lot of neural circuits get created, and then every time we repeat, they form new connections again, so it becomes stronger. And if you're going to spend time here 40 days, it's a great way to take notes, because every concept that we learn, and again, the reading, when we're listening, normally an average person, we're only listening 5 to 10%, we don't observe 5 to 10%. We're not observing many. So it'll be a great idea to take notes, dear friends, because they have so many scientific concepts going. Pausing for a moment for you to recollect. And they're welcome to put it in the chat so that others increase others' learning on the same. Hi, Karthikeyan sir.
Hi, good morning, good evening, namaskaram to everyone. What a beautiful program, harmony. You know, what we lack in life today has always been, but particularly more so in recent times, all over the planet, lack of harmony. And one way of inducing harmony within ourselves is the meditation. Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation has proved to be very effective for thousands and thousands of people around the world. And Chandra has become a master coach for this spreading the simplest technology in meditation. All meditations are good, all paths are good, but I found Ana-Pana-Sati discovered, I would say, discovered and promoted by the founder, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. He is the most effective for everyone. As he used to tell me, Patriji went for this 10-day meditation, Ana-Vipassana. But he said after one day, he left because he found it difficult to sit through, and also found the technology already. That Ana-Pana-Sati, first 3 days of Vipassana is Ana-Pana-Sati. The next 7 days is observe the sensations in the body. It's a difficult process, but very powerful. But Patriji found that 1-day program, Ana-Pana-Sati, itself was effective. He simplified it. He made it a technology for everyone to get in harmony between body, mind, and spirit, harmony within the family, in the workplace, in the society, and he spread it in 40 years of his lifetime on the planet. After he entered enlightenment, he went from house to house, village to village, state to state, country to country also. Tirelessly worked because he thought what he got, he should spread it to the entire humanity. I had the privilege of knowing him for more than 30 years. And I admired the passion with which he was spreading this meditation. He used to tell me, Karthikeyanji, I want to make it this Dhyana Andhra Pradesh. I want to convert the entire state of Andhra as Dhyana Andhra Pradesh. Then he said Dhyana Bharat. Then he said Dhyana Jagath. Earlier I used to think, oh, man is good, but he thinks he can do it. But I found he was able to do it to a large extent and created many masters like Chandra and encouraged them, guided them, traveled all over. And along with meditation, he promoted also vegetarianism. He said, all beings are created with a purpose by the Creator. They are all interconnected, interdependent, and no one has a right to take the life of anybody else or anything else. First, out of compassion, he said that. Then he made it two eyes. One is meditation, the other is vegetarianism. For the health of the body, health of the mind also. But now, the scientists, the environmental scientists say, if the whole planet became vegetarian, there is no global warming. You know, their planet Earth is going towards self-destruction. Known to everybody. One thing is, even the glaciers are melting very fast, much faster than what was naturally intended. The sea water level is rising so fast, threatening to submerge many of the low-lying nations, islands, even coastal cities. Now the scientists say, if everybody becomes vegetarian, and if we put an end to this animal agriculture, the planet can be saved. This causes more pollution, more greenhouse gases than even all the other causes like air pollution and they're caused by vehicles and all that. So this Dirdarshi, I would call him the visionary, Patriji thought of it 40 years back, promoted it very effectively now. Now, either you are a vegetarian or not, but when you start doing the meditation over a period of time, you develop compassion, you know what is right, what is wrong, and you avoid doing certain wrong things, negative feelings. So when there's harmony between your body, mind, and soul, you see families are living happily, workplace, your work efficiency goes up. You will see so many benefits like what Chandra was just telling you, and you will hear it from many other participants also. So I welcome all of you to this program, 40-day program. And to start with, Chandra was just a beginner. We found it interesting, but every 40-day program has proved him to be a better coach. He's able to motivate people. People of all ages have participated. I have seen it, benefited, shared it, and spread it. Whoever has joined now, don't stop after a day or two. It's not just curiosity. I can guarantee you will get benefit. If you live for 40 days regularly, well, 1 or 2 days you are not able to attend, it's all right. But don't discontinue it. Please pursue it with confidence in your own benefit. And treat to the family if possible. And spread it to as many others as possible. Now, after 6 weeks, I come to Delhi last night, made it a point to participate. It's the coldest day in Delhi, Chandra. Still, I said, I promise to be with you. I'm here up. I won't take much of your time. And yes, meditation is important, but thereafter, if you can stay on, there's a lot of wisdom we will be sharing. He does a lot of studies. Scientifically, he is able to explain every concept. So I will wish you all Happy New Year. And the best way of starting the New Year is joining this meditation. Please stay on. And then the newsletters, they send, books are coming up now. As much as possible, please follow them, read them, but never miss this meditation. About 45 minutes or so. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Chandra. Carry on. Namaste. Some other time I'll join you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I understood that you're in travel and still you came and joined. Dear friends, that is Brahmarshi Pitamaha, sir, former CBI director, former director of CRPF, and chairman for the National Human Rights Commission, and many more. Has been somebody who is really part of several spiritual organizations across India and world, a close friend to them in many ways, in amplifying the message with a singular intent that everybody should benefit. Everyone in the world should benefit with that intent. And so Karthikeyan sir is also guiding us as a mentor for Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation. And so we are here. So thank you so much, Karthikeyan sir, once again, for your valuable message. So yes,
only thing, on the 1st of January, I was his guest. We were in Arak Valley, Visakhapatnam. 4 hours of drive to go up, 4 hours to come down. But we spent 2 hours with an ancient tribal community. Amazing. After following this meditation, they gave up alcohol totally, gave up meat eating, and after their hard earnings of every day, they saved some money and built a beautiful little pyramid there. They do meditation every day. They are one of the joyous communities I have ever seen. They don't have money. They don't have wealth. They are happy with the very basic comforts. And they said all of them happy because their meditation they do regularly. So it shows the power of meditation. It can give joy and contentment and peace. That's ultimately the purpose of whatever you want to earn, whatever power you want to hold, is ultimately for what? Happiness, peace, contentment, which these poor people are able to get by strictly following the meditation. I just want to tell you, anybody can achieve anything, provided we are determined. You know the right, fortunately you have come to the right path. Not everybody gets it. We inform so many people. So you people are fortunate to come on this path. Please stay on with faith, at least with an open mind. Because if you have disbelief, then you are wasting your time, nothing else. Believe you are taking the right path, right decision, and stay on, get benefited. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, so that's a great story that we will definitely talk about these experiences as a group, as individuals. So dear friends, what is this meditation? The meditation practice is very, very simple. Patriji simplified it significantly so that every person, whether it is from 5-year-old, whether somebody who is seriously ill and then lying on a bed, or somebody who is quite aged, or somebody is any kind of, it doesn't matter where we are, but it's so simple that anybody can practice it. And anybody can learn it in a few minutes. And so then you practice it, but it has these profound, significant benefits. So it's called breath mindfulness meditation. The technique is simple. We're going to practice it in our sessions. Every day we have a practice. Today being the introduction day, so we're starting a little late, but every day is our attempt to start by 6:15 a.m. India time, right? 6:15 a.m., 15-20 minutes into the hour, then we're going to start the practice, right? So the practice is simple. We are, wherever you are, you sit down. Can you share the slide of breath mindfulness meditation? Simple, you sit down where you are. As you see in this picture, I think I'm going to share. I'm going to share this. Yes. The goal of this meditation practice, dear friends, is to empty the mind and stay in the state of emptiness. And then how do we do? The posture is, as you see in the picture, either sit down on the floor, cross-legged, and your fingers, you take your, clasp your fingers into fingers, rest them comfortably in your lap, as you see in the picture there. In the chair means you just cross your feet at ankle, and then again, fingers into fingers, and then hands in your lap comfortably. And in both cases, no matter where you are, you see closing your eyes. If you're wearing spectacles, you remove the spectacles. They're not necessary. They're not necessary. And the process is simple. We want to empty the mind, and then we do that by observing our natural breath. So with your eyes closed, we observe a natural breath. And then where do we observe a breath? You take any point as a reference on your nose, in the middle of the eyebrows, in the tip of the nose, anywhere. You take a point as a reference and then observe your breath is going in and coming out, which is always the case. So we are breathing 15 to 18 breaths a minute, and then there's always breath going in and coming out. It doesn't matter which nostril it goes in or comes out. All I want you to do is to observe your breath. Simple observation where you're that natural breath, and you're not forcefully inhaling or exhaling. We're not doing any special pranayama. No, we're not doing any special breathing exercises. All we're doing is just following our natural breath. And your breath rate, maybe for some people it is faster, for some it is slower, for some it's long, for some shallow. It doesn't matter what that is. I just want you to observe it. We're not regulating it, observe it. Simply with the eyes closed, observe that breath. And as you observe the breath, dear friends, slowly, you may notice the breath is becoming lighter and shorter. And then also at the same time, you will see that your thoughts are coming down. And then you continue to observe the breath, and there'll be a point where you suddenly realize there isn't anything to observe. And so that is the time where you've gone into total emptiness. And as you continue to observe, in some time you forget that you're observing the breath. Then also you would have gone into empty state of mind. Either way, you're going to the empty state of mind. And then so our goal is to be in that empty state. Now thoughts are always there. An average person is thinking about 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Research shows that 90 to 95% are unwanted, negative, worry, useless. So the goal of this meditation is to get rid of all of them, because if thoughts and feelings create a reality, we need to get rid of things that are really not creating a reality that we want. So when we observe the breath, slowly these thoughts are coming down. But since there is so much that we're conditioned to, and you become empty for a little while, And then suddenly again thoughts surface up. You'll find a lot of them. You'll see how soon this meditation is ending. My office is getting time, so I need to go faster. A lot of these things come about future or present, past. And so if you recognize your thinking in the practice of meditation, observing the breath, slowly becoming empty, but again suddenly thoughts come. And when you catch yourself that, hey, I'm thinking instead of I should be doing meditation, means observe my breath, then put your attention back to the breath again. I'll be guiding you the process so that we keep coming back to the breath. In case we get astray, we go away, get distracted with thoughts. And as beginners, it is bound to happen that we're going to have plenty of thoughts. Why beginners? Even for advanced meditators who are doing for years and years, thoughts will continue to come. Our job, when thoughts come, is to bring your attention back to the breath and again observe the breath. It is not an expectation that you will be thoughtless for the whole duration. So if you're starting today and starting now, we're going to start the process now very shortly. And then you sit down, you observe the breath. Within 5 seconds, you might get thought. It'll be something. And then it'll go on for some time. And so you recognize you have to attend back to the breath. Again, within another 3 seconds, thoughts will come. Again, you attend back to the breath. And then be prepared to do it 1,000 times, be it 10,000 times and 1,00,000 times in this next few minutes that we're going to practice. Be prepared for it because it's absolutely okay. It is normal. That's the process of meditation. Thoughts are always will be there. We got to accept thoughts are there. But when thought is there, I want you to bring your attention back to the breath and observe the breath. Again, attempt to go to emptiness. And when you are in this empty state, and as you are going to the empty state, you may notice some kind of sensations, feelings. You may have some movements in the body or anything that you're not doing, but they start happening. And when they do happen, I want you to witness them. Don't analyze them. Suddenly your head may rotate and say, hey, why is my head rotating? Don't analyze and be a witness. You know that you're not rotating your head. And so be a witness, don't analyze, and then just go through that experience. You may not find your fingers. It's all empty and it's all, like liquidish feeling. Don't analyze it. And then say, okay, so I'm observing my breath. I know that I'm observing a breath, but something is happening. So just observe whatever is happening. Witness it. If you think it is a thought, attention back to the breath. If you think it's not a thought, but something else is happening, just be a witness to it and then just go through that experience. Right, friends? This is the process of meditation called breath mindfulness meditation. And we're going to practice it now for the next few minutes. I play music and I'm also guiding a little bit. Those of you who got headphones, earphones, plug them in. It's great. The sound music sounds always has low notes can be caught through this headphones. But if you don't have and you're listening to through the computer, mobile, that's fine too. So relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Relax your body. Your eyes closed. Relax yourself. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap. observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty. Become aware of that emptiness, that blackness inside of you, all around you. All emptiness is energy. This is the field of unlimited possibilities. As you empty your mind of all thought, you experience that energy. That emptiness, that blackness. Allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. The longer you are in this empty state of mind, the more possibilities you draw into your life. everything that we ever experienced or will experience is here in this quantum field of emptiness and energy. The longer we stay aware of this field as no body, the more open we become. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everybody in our lives. Gratitude is an ultimate state of receivership. Can you express your gratitude to your parents for giving us this beautiful connection into this life? Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding our wisdom. Your gratitude to your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, everybody for helping us learn so many things. be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, for filling our lives with beauty, energy, mystery, and more. Your gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the institutes, the companies, and government that support our lives in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others. Gratitude to this intelligent universe, quantum field, for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Relax your body. Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you seen? What did you experience? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Can you open up the chat, please? Right, friends, hope you have enjoyed the session. Those of you who practice this meditation for the first time, and everybody, give a pat on your back. We are becoming more focused, more open to everything that this quantum field has to offer. We practiced today for about 30 minutes of meditation. I would like you to put something in the chat in terms of how you felt. Meditation gives many, many experiences. Some people feel, some people don't feel anything. If you felt heaviness in your body or lightness in your body, if you're feeling calm, feeling very peaceful, and if some people did not feel their hands, they felt some kind of energy passing through your body, if you had any movements in the body, just write whatever that you felt. Did you have any kind of intense feelings? You felt like crying? Did you see any visions? Did you see colors? Did you see people in your meditations that you're not expecting to see? When we empty our mind of all thought, and we're going to understand the science as we go along every day, when we empty our mind, then we are forgetting everything material. A thought is about a person, place, or a thing in a given time frame. And when we empty our mind of all thought, we are losing that notion of time and space, and we forget about the matter where time and space exist. So when we forget the matter and then what we are, according to quantum physics, we are emptiness and energy. So we experience that energy in many, many forms. Right, friends, called energy bodies that we all have. And so we experience that energy in many ways. Some people don't feel anything at all. It is perfectly okay. And those of you, if anybody felt that the only thing that you had was thought and thought and thought, be certain that there are hundreds of people like you are there, including myself, always, even after 22 years of meditation practice, sometimes you're only full of thought. It is okay to have thought, and it will be that way. In a very rare to have people who completely empty in a given session. It is absolutely okay. One thing we have to understand is that thoughts are common and we accept them. They're part of the meditation process. What we do with them is to, when we recognize their thoughts, bring our attention back to the breath. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. And it is frustrating, first day when you are, say, learning an instrument, and say you're learning guitar or flute, it'd be very frustrating to even blow that air we can't blow, no sound comes. We can't hold, it's very difficult to know how the strings are. How do I even map them? There's so many combinations. And if it's frustrating and so we give up, then we'll never learn guitar. But then if you go through, in a week later, you'll start finding how to hold it, how to have those strings and then placements and all that, it. It's exactly like that, dear friends. Just like driving, anything that we do first time. So meditation is like that, is a skill that we develop. The process that we practice today, it gets better and better. People normally said a week to 2 weeks later, they got a hold of it. Some are able to just do it straight out of the gate, but some take a little bit of time, perfectly fine. Before we go, I'd like to quickly run a poll. We're at 7:30. So can we do the poll, please? So there are 4 questions in this poll. So just trying to understand how much of experience that we all have in this. Have you attended our Buddha Seva programs in the past, either 40-day program or a 3-week program that we're doing for youth? Also, I don't see any responses starting.
There are 4 questions. That's
okay. The first question, if you have attended our programs before. Second question, if you are practicing meditation regularly, for how long is it? Less than a month, less than 3 months? Yoga, pranayama, prayer, contemplation, chanting, these are not meditations. So what has been your biggest challenge? If you are a practitioner of meditation, what has been the biggest challenge? Third question. And fourth is, what's your dominant activity of your work? We need little more participation before we close this poll. All right. I can conclude the poll. Okay, friends, so we do have 1/3 who have attended a program, 2/3 are not new to this. That's And then we do have a staggering 60% new who are, which is reflecting on that. So 60% new to meditation. And then we'll come back to the third question, but the fourth one, we have, as we expect, about 60% entrepreneurs, employees, business owners, about 25%, a quarter of them are students finishing college. And so that's wonderful. So we do have a great mix of people. And then of course we have homemakers, senior citizens, another 10%, 12%. So it's a great mix of people. I want to say this. We have this program repeated a second time in the evening, 5:30 p.m. India time. And then this is in Telugu again at 7 p.m. happens in Telugu language at 7 p.m. India time. And so it's happening. So those of you who could not join, I don't know, schedule doesn't fit, can join always the other one. It is the same content that goes in. You only need to attend once, not twice. And then tomorrow, we'll introduce you to some of the facilitators who are going to support you. 40-day program is a long program. And so we created WhatsApp groups and we sent emails to everybody. And so these WhatsApp groups are the way we connect with each other. And so that email has a link to join a WhatsApp group specifically. We got lots of WhatsApp group created. Some of you and many of you have joined. So that's great. Thank you. But that's the way, because we're going to post newsletters, resources, announcements, and many things will happen. 40 days. Our path is meditation practice and a lot of scientific wisdom that empowers us, changes limitations, and then empowers us with things like thoughts create reality, things like a body can heal. And so we're going to share a lot of wisdom. People are going to come in, many business leaders, many guest speakers will come in, and then professionals will come in and share their transformation journeys throughout the program. And so we have planned for every day of the week, we have something other planned. I'll go through it tomorrow. I'll also introduce you to the facilitators in the next 2 days who are going to support you in asking questions, in clarifying your questions, and so. And so we want to be highly interactive on this program. And so the WhatsApp groups are very, very safe zone where you can reach out to the facilitators. If you open up the descriptions of the WhatsApp groups, you can know who is a facilitator whom you can call, right, friends? And with that, we come to the conclusion of this first day of the session. Like Karthikeyan sir said, if it was not that it was difficult for you today, think exactly like it is the first day of your learning driving, and then so how difficult it is. And so then it's going to get pretty easy and simple. We just need to come back and then practice it. Many of us are doing it. Many of us find it significant benefit as we continue to practice this. So we look forward to seeing back again tomorrow. And then I hand over to Sudha Madam for follow-on announcements before we close. And as always, we are doing one more thing. We ended at 7:30, and then we are here for some more time for any questions that people want to ask. Anything around the program or about the meditation technique of practice, any challenge. So we're here for taking questions. So we do the Q&A now, but those of you who would like to leave, feel free to leave at this time and then join back at 6 in the morning again. So the madam there?
Yes, sir. I was not able to unmute. Okay. So
Yes.
friends, this 40-day program is up.
Hear you think.
About now, sir? Is it okay? Is it better? Am I audible, sir?
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Friends,
Do we have any announcements?
No, sir, I'm just confirming that I can hear Sudha Madam clearly.
is it clear, Lalita? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Friends, this program, 40-day program, is absolutely free. But if anyone is interested in enrolling for certificates, then you need to enroll for a certification program, and that details will be shared in a separate session where the certification process and the criteria will be explained. We will be posting the enrollment details soon in your WhatsApp groups. And I think we have Mr. Sandeep Shah. So anyone who wants to, please unmute yourself.
Yes. Before then, madam, before we take the
Yes,
question, we'll take a quick 1-minute break. So thank you, dear friends, for joining on this first day. I will see you back again at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And like I mentioned, we're going to start the meditation early on so that those who plan to exit the session, sometimes people want to just do the meditation. So we plan to start the meditation by 6:15, 6:20, by 7. Usually we aim to complete it 7 a.m. India time. So that'll happen as we go along. We're also going to increase the duration of the meditation as we go along, right? And so see you at 6 a.m. And then after 2 minutes break, we'll take questions. Those of you stay back, and then please raise your hand. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Okay.
We have, yes, sir. Should I unmute participants, sir?
Yes, please.
Sure. Mr. Sandeep, can you please unmute yourself?
Any questions in the chat? So I read one question there. I faced a challenge that when I am meditating, more of negative things come to mind apart from unwanted thoughts. What's the reason or solution for this to get rid of any of this and develop a positive mindset? So Harish, it's simple. So just practice this process. Like I mentioned, we have thousands of thoughts every day and the 95% negative. So they naturally come up. So just this technique, if you practice for 3 weeks plus, you start seeing significant difference in your thought process. Yes. Can facilitators tell me? Yes, madam. Any other next questions are there? Any recordings available? So the recordings are there in our YouTube channel called Buddha CEO Live. So youtube.com/Buddha CEO Live.
So we have Mr. Krishna Heda.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
like
ma'am.
what it is such a wonderful experience. What I got today is like the entire universe is flowing within us, from us. So we are just a part of it. We just need to observe it as a witness. So once we start doing it, because what we are doing, we are becoming a part of a synchronization. So when we are living in an environment, we are just becoming a part of that environment, and the planetary energies, the stars, the entire universe is influencing us to do what is best for that moment. So sometimes we get angry, sometimes we get something, so we blame ourselves. So if we observe and just let it go, I think automatically we'll heal ourselves.
Thank you, Mr. Krishna. Yes, this process is that when we regularly practice emptying ourselves, then we automatically are becoming a witness. We're becoming the observer, observer of the observed, right? We're becoming the non-dual self from the dual self. And both are important. Both are important to be experiencing life greatly in this body as matter, and then as dual self, as at the same time being a witness, and then be that non-dual self or this energy, that whole. The simple practice is a must though. So thank you for your observation and sharing. Where are you from?
I'm from Hyderabad, and thank you so much. And what I feel is when we are really passionate, like in today, I made a notes. So it was a wonderful experience. But what we desire, automatically the universe gives us. The only thing is we should be passionate to achieve it. we need to be passionate to offer lot of love, lot of peace, lot of gratitude to everyone. When that passion is filled within us, that we want to give and we want to offer a lot to everyone. So when this is filled within us, we automatically move.
Yes. So thank you for the observation. Meditation develops all the things that you said. I'll come back to that. So thank you. This simple practice develops all of it. We always tell, focus. We always tell, can't you be more considerate? We always tell, why are you shouting at people? Everything is questioned. But the answer is in this meditation. Thank you, Mr. Krishna. Sometimes I see here, Mr. Ashok Mittal, sometimes I felt as if I've gone to sleep. What is that question? As if I've gone to sleep. Is it okay in the beginning? Please, okay. So that's a very important question. So meditation, tomorrow we're going to learn the different, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow we'll learn about various brainwave states that meditation can take us into. But it does take us into a sleepy state. It takes us into a state called delta state. And because that's by design, by the process, that it moves us into a beneficial brainwave state. One of them is deep sleep. So it may feel, and it is real also in many times where people go into sleep. And many times where you have gone into an empty state, in a trance state where you are still conscious, you are not sleeping, but which is called a theta state. You are in those states where you don't sleep, but you're generally not aware of yourself. And when you come out and say, since the only thing where when we don't know what has happened to us, then we say, okay, did I sleep? Because that's the only state we are not aware of ourselves. We think we may be in sleep. So it is possible we go to sleep, but it's just perfectly fine. All the benefits of meditation are still accruing when you go into a sleep state through meditation. It is just fine. It is a very intelligent process, and then body is guiding itself into the right state of the body, the mind, in a meditation process. So if you were to go into sleep, it's just fine. And over a period of time, you'll come out of it. And many times it's not sleep. And so then we don't have to conclude as sleep or not. Every experience in meditation is perfectly good. So we don't have to do any change to it, right? Any other observation from chat?
Yes, sir. The 723645. Wanted to speak, sir. Yes, sir. You can. I have unmuted you. You can speak now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Please go ahead, sir. Morning.
Greetings from Nepal, the land of the Lord, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. I'm very delighted and very happy to participate in this meditations program, and wish you all best wishes and good health, prosperity, yourself and all your all your family members. Happy New Year 2023. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, sir. So thank you for joining and your lovely wishes on this New Year day. Yes, the land of Buddha.
Yes.
This technique that Gautama Buddha discovered and called it Ana-Pana-Sati Vipassana. And so we are practicing that technique, Ana-Pana-Sati, to be with your in-breath and out-breath. And then we go through various stages of Ana-Pana-Sati and everything is happening. And so
I like all of you to invite and visit Lumbini. We can do meditations right in the birthplace of Buddha one day. Hopefully, you will enjoy here visiting Nepal and see the Himalaya. And we can all sit together with other friends. And this is a very, very amazing and very fantastic program that you have presented. This is exactly what we need for the today's world. And I really appreciate all of you as well as organizer. Thank you.
Thank you for your great gesture about invitation. We will be there.
Thank you, sir.
We will be there. We want to be there in every path that Buddha walked, Gautama Buddha. walked many places. So yes, Lumbini one, I'm sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
So we have Mr. Pranay Sharma. Can you please unmute yourself, sir?
It's really nice session today, what I've realized. But I was just thinking and just struggling during that moment where you were just guiding us to the meditation process. Because so many thoughts around me and just coming in a crowdy way and just again just I was just struggling to just pull my thought towards just towards that breathing only, but it was not succeeded. One thing is that this is my question: how to just make it more concentrated within that breathing only. And another question is that meditation and chanting of mantra or the voice vibration, is that interconnected? Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for asking those questions. So we don't have to do anything more other than practicing this technique regularly. It is natural. It is quite natural that thoughts will continue to come in the beginning and then forever too. They'll always be there. Thoughts are the creation. Thoughts are the source of creation. So they'll continue to come. And we have to rest our mind for some time. So just this practice will train us enough that we become the master of the mind, right? So just have to practice, nothing more to it. There can be many other practices which will take more time than to simply just be on this practice, you know. And so that's why Gautama Buddha and then Patriji, when they discovered it, and then millions practice it, and then all it takes is a week to 2 weeks, we get a hand around the technique, right? So that's one. And second is, I think if I heard you say that guidance was distracting, maybe, I don't know if you heard that, but you know, it's like the music for some people say it is distracting, and for some the guidance could be, but all of them will become non-issues because everything is secondary in meditation practice. As a body becoming, as a mind is becoming empty, then everything is forgotten, everything, including the sound, all of that is gone. So they become non-issues. The promise is continue to practice it, because the guidance does help many people to come out every now and then in case they're thinking, and to come back to attend to the breath. And so we do this somewhere balanced, right? The last thing is chanting and meditation. Chanting is chanting and meditation is different. Meditation is to empty ourselves. Any mindfulness practice, and chanting could be considered a practice of mindfulness where you're developing concentration, focus, and becoming expert in one thing, and they're different. Meditation is to empty, so you forget the sense of matter, the material self, and so you become one with the whole, the energy, the quantum field, that Brahmahand. So it happens when we empty ourselves. And so they're two different things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Manoj Kumar. Kindly unmute yourself.
Hanji ma'am, good morning. Good morning to anyone.
Hi, good morning.
जी मैं मेडिटेशन का जैसे आज की ट्रेनिंग जो फर्स्ट ट्रेनिंग रहा बहुत ही अच्छी रहा और बहुत ही अमेजिंग रहा, और मेडिटेशन का जो मुझे इससे बहुत प्रभावित रहा। बट मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, बट मुझे जब मेडिटेशन जब करता हूँ ना, तो बट हमें जो प्रॉब्लम होते है तो सो ज्यादा ही प्रॉब्लम के ही ऊपर फोकस कर पाता हूँ, बट इसको प्रॉब्लम को साइड में रख के मतलब मेडिटेशन जब करता हूँ तो बट इस पर फोकस नहीं हो पाती। ये इसको सॉल्यूशन कुछ
बस वही है ना. So initially our mind is with all the thoughts, right? बहुत सारे thoughts आ रहा है और problems के बारे में होगा, right? Whatever past और future worries है, तो ये सब है. जब आपको पहचानता, जब when you become aware of it, right? So एक minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so you're thinking about problem. But as soon as you become aware that saying, hey, I'm supposed to be doing meditation, अभी तो मुझे ध्यान करना है, ऐसा सोचना है नहीं. So immediately bring your attention back to the breath. फिर से breath को observe करना. और थोड़ी देर थोड़ा emptiness में रहेंगे, फिर से thoughts आएंगे और फिर से वही करना. So कैसे करते 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 practice करने से 1 हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते 3 हफ्ते में एक you become more comfortable about it, right? So thoughts will always be there. Understand this. Thoughts will always be there. What we do with the thoughts is that the moment we recognize, we bring our awareness back to the breath. So by doing so, we train ourselves. We are developing skill. We're developing 3 skills, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow in this meditation. But one of the skills we develop is that when thoughts are there, attention back to the breath. This is automatically going to happen by the brain when it practices enough times. Repetition. So the neuroscience repetition. So when you repeat it enough times and practice it, so it becomes effortless. Today it is effort, but in a few days later it'll be effortless for you, like for all of us. Thoughts come immediately, automatically. Our brain is driving it to bring your attention back to the breath. It's going to happen automatically. So we have to practice it for at least 3 weeks to install this as a new skill, right?
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
So we have a
yeah.
Yeah. So we have a question in the chat box, sir. Mr. Anup Shrishta. Is it okay to move if there is pain in the body? Is it okay to open eyes during meditation? Open your eye during.
Okay. So movement of the body parts is just fine, but avoid no opening of the eyes. That's our training. 80% distractions come through the eyes. So we keep our eyes closed no matter what, because, you know, the mind is telling us, hey, you got tomorrow to do. And hey, don't try to do this. Why waste time? Why are you just sitting idle? What is going to get it? All kinds of things is going to discourage you. Because the body and mind are the drivers right now. You're not the driver. We have to become the master. So we're going to tame this mind and body. But it's going to do in many ways to try to discourage you to stop the process. One of it is to open your eyes. Right? And we've got to sit down with the resolution and say, I'm not opening my eyes. No matter what. I'm sitting down today. And thoughts will keep coming. And I say, I'm going to bring it back every time. And then do it. Do it 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, 10,000 times. So what? But we will succeed, dear friends. Shortly, in a few days, you'll succeed. So opening eyes, avoid opening eyes. No. Body, yes, we can change the posture. Right, a little bit, stretch your legs, again, pull them back again. It's common for many people, right? And then body will cooperate over a period of time.
So a few of them are sending direct chats, like, and they have questions saying that they are feeling sleepy. So how to go about it?
Just practice. You know, everything that we feel on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, they'll all will go away. Like I said, meditation can take you into sleep state, and then it's absolutely fine, a beautiful experience, enjoy it. Because in deep sleep, that dreamless sleep, our body is developing releasing a ton of hormones required for growth of the body. And so it's a great idea. It's a great thing to be going to deep sleep as part of meditation. Perfectly fine.
There's one more question. Is meditation exactly the practice where we stop thoughts creation for some time?
Meditation is a practice. No, we're not stopping the creation. We are tuning in to the possibilities against all the intents we make consciously, unconsciously during the process of meditation. We are one with the superconscious mind, so we're creating significantly by developing the strategies. They're all happening in that process. We're not aware. We receive, our pineal gland gets active, we receive a ton of information against intents that we place. So it is it's a time of great creation. Things are happening during that time too.
Yes. Many questions actually. Mr. Ashok Mittal.
Yes, even another facilitator can take some of them, meaning ask in case you're able to. So we'll just take 1, 2 last questions. And so friends, for this purpose, we have created WhatsApp groups. There are plenty of, all our facilitators are experienced. So ask these questions in chat in case in the WhatsApp group, in case you didn't find it answered here, because I'm just scrolling up. Okay. And then I'm sure you'll find the right answer through the facilitators. Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
So visualization is setting intention on one thing, and Ana-Pana-Sati is emptying the mind. He wants to understand the difference. That's what I understand.
Sure, we're going to cover this in detail as we go along. You're asking a big subject in a short time. Yes, these are complementary process. The process of meditation, in short, is helping us to explore or utilize the unlimited power of our conscious mind, and then also explore the unlimited power of our subconscious, superconscious minds, both. And so meditation is helping in both. We'll understand this as we go along. It helps visualization to amplify. It helps visualization to be great because it develops so much of coherency in the mind. We have a week dedicated for manifestation, week 3, where we're going to cover these concepts of visualization, the quantum field of possibility, and then the steps of how emptying the mind and visualizing come together to actually manifest things that we're looking to have. Last question, Sudha madam. Anything else you see, Rakesh?
Sorry. Okay. So just after focusing for 3 to 4 seconds, I was just getting those thoughts which hurt me, which I'm doing meditation. Your thoughts on this place?
Yes.
Mr. Suraj has posted this. Huh?
Yes, that is a very important question. So I've got this challenge, I cannot get rid of that event or incident that has happened, experience that I'm going through, painful one. And so our body is already conditioned. And so the feeling drives a thought and the thought drives a feeling. So it keeps happening, that inner chatter. And so I want to get rid of it. And so I sat down for meditation, but now it seems to come back again and again, right? The answer lies in just sitting with it, when you have the thought, and then the guidance is going to help to remember that we are in the thought. The process of meditation is developing awareness, and then every day of meditation develops a little more awareness, little more awareness, little more awareness, little more awareness. The key is awareness. Awareness is that consciousness which is observing. And so regular practice builds up that awareness. So it's a catch-22 situation. So what do? You're sitting down here and you will catch yourself knowing that, hey, I'm thinking about this, right? And so come back and attend to the breath. Let it be even 1 second that you are with the breath. And then a second later, boom, you're taken over by that thought. It's okay. But the practice at 1 will become 1.2 and 1.5 and 2 and 3 and 6 and 12 and like that. It's going to go pretty quickly, right? So what I say is to continue to practice it. And then the guidance will help to break that thought, right? Every now and then I say hello yourself. And so that time you can pull back and observe to the breath, right? And you will soon come out of that. You will soon come out of it, right? So many people who have all kinds of physical, mental challenges have very easily overcome it. If there is one thing that meditation is doing, friends, is having that greater mind control. It's going to develop that great mind control, and so the body naturally comes in control. Okay. Okay, so thank you, dear friends. So we will see you all back again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So thank you and have a wonderful day.